Margaret Dashwood here, reporting to give you the inside scoop on what exactly happened at dinner the other night. So if you watched my last video, you probably noticed that there was some awkwardness. It was all super fun for the most part. It's always great to have Mrs. Jennings over. But Marianne doesn't really agree with me on that. It is Marianne who Mrs. Jennings is trying pretty actively to marry off. She's also been teasing Eleanor a little bit too, but Marianne especially, mostly because she has this idea of Brandon being M's paramour or something like that. And she's always going on about how Brandon is totally in love with M. So basically she's really pushing this perfect match thing, and it's driving Marianne insane. I have to admit, some of Mrs. Jennings' jokes are actually really funny, at least when they're directed towards just Marianne, but it can get really awkward when she makes a joke and Marianne and Brandon are right there. Awkward partially because Marianne gets so mad and therefore rude, and Brandon is just really nice about it, so it's kind of hard to tell whether it really bothers him. Brandon just doesn't really seem like Marianne's type of guy. Like, she likes the super creative, charming, passionate types. Like maybe somebody who would like recite poetry to her for fun. And so far, all I know that Em and Brandon have in common is that they know a few of the same folk songs, which isn't exactly a good base for a long-term relationship. To me, Brandon, he seems like kind of quiet, maybe a little bit shy, and not outwardly passionate. And he seems to have a job and lifestyle that I know for a fact Marianne would find completely boring. Maybe underneath his reserved exterior they have more in common than it first appears, maybe. I personally like the adventurous type. Like, 10th Doctor, except not so old, but just as cute. Floppy hair, trench coat, and glasses are a must, no question. Oh, speaking of floppy hair and glasses, Ilvola had that in spades. They have such beautiful romantic voices. I kind of love them. Let's see who else. Josh Hutcherson. He is not too unpleasant to look at. Not that I notice, of course, never. I just kind of really like the Hunger Games in general. Oh, and The Fault in Our Stars, that Ansel what's-his-face, I follow him on Twitter and he is so funny and relatable. Here, I'll put the picture right there, picture. I mean, humble and good-humored. What more could I ask for, really? So, as you might expect, Marianne has been really grumpy about all this and has been making sassy, passive-aggressive comments anytime the subject or anything anywhere near it comes up, and Eleanor's just been following her around, defending everybody like she normally does. And of course, I have just been sitting here laughing about it all because it's totally hilarious. Although my opinion on the match is that it's a little bit strange. But yeah, that's basically it. So that's what's been going on lately. I hope it entertained you. Margaret Dashwood, signing off.